Detroit sucks! Detroit sucks! Hawks win! Hawks win! 4-2 over the Detroit Redwings. Yes, the Chicago Blackhawks beat the Redwings 4-2 in the Madhouse on Madison. Yes, the Detroit sucks chants were coming out in full swing tonight, where the Hawks beat the Wings 4-2. It was a odd start to the game. The Hawks went down early in this game. It was also a bunch of penalties taken in this game. Early penalties, 27 seconds into the first period. Dylan Larkin takes a penalty right after the Hawks had their power play. The Hawks go to the box. It was just weird, and then the Hawks just did not look good on that first penalty kill. I will talk about that soon when I talk about the goals. So, yeah, they gave up a power play goal. So, let's talk about the shots on net for tonight's game and all the stats from tonight. And the first, for total shots on net, 21 to 27 in favor for the Hawks, 52.3% on the face-off dot to 47.7% in favor for the Red Wings, which is strange. The Hawks have been good at the dot as of late, but they end up losing in the face-off dot percentage tonight. Power plays, 1 for 3 for Detroit, 0 for 3 for the Hawks. Hawks were passing a lot on their power play. They should have been getting it on net, but they weren't. 42 to 38 in favor for the Red Wings in hits. Block shots, 21 to 16 in favor for the Red Wings. And the Wings just were kind of playing strong defensively, I noticed. And Jimmy Howard played kind of like his own old self in the first period. But after that, Hawks take advantage in the second period. And so total shots on net per period, 8 to 12 in favor for the Hawks in the first period, 5 to 6 in favor for the Hawks in the second period, and 8 to 9 in favor for the Hawks, so 21 to 27 on shots. But the Hawks were down early in this game, but they do battle back. And a player finally gets that monkey off his back and finally gets a goal for himself. Congratulations type of goal. I have to say that. I won't say until I talk about the goals of the game. The Hawks looked like they were back to their inconsistent way tonight when they started off. But after a period of play, they knew what's on the line. Battling for a wild card position. They're not that far out of the wild card, where honestly, it's still realistic they can make the playoffs if they play good hockey for the final stretch of the year. I know this is a halfway point in the year, but just play solid hockey and they have a chance. So, let's talk about the goals of the game now, since I went on about the Detroit sucks stuff, the stats of the game, and a little bit of information on what's going on with the Hawks and where they stand. And especially in this homestand, they want to come out on top in the majority of these games. Corey Crawford played well in net for the Hawks tonight. He allowed 2 goals, but they were 2 high-quality chances that went in. One was a really hard deflection that went into the net. So, it's honestly, Crawford played a great game today. 2 goals that are kind of impossible to make a save on. One went over his shoulder. One was a weird deflection. So, let's get this goal summary up and running. At 3:21 in the first period on the power play for Detroit, Filip Zadina scores his 4th goal of the season, assisted by Dylan Larkin and Horknick to get the Wings in the lead 1-0. Sorry, I think I mispronounced that name, even though I don't think so. If I did, please correct me in the comments down below. At 16:53 in the first period, the Wings get a tip-in goal by Glendening, his 6th of the season, assisted by Nemeth and Helm, to give the Wings a 2-0 lead going into the end of the first period. That goal was a hard deflection. The refs did do a quick review to make sure if it wasn't a high stick, but it wasn't, because the guy was basically hovering in air. It seemed like he got hit and he was up in the air, tips off his stick, and knuckles past Corey Crawford. The Zadina goal was just a high quality top shelf goal that he scored to go past Corey Crawford. So we go to the second period, being down 2-0. I was frustrated at this point, saying, God, how can this team be down to the Detroit Red Wings? I know it's a kind of not right to say it that way, but honestly, how can we be down like that? The Hawks were kind of swarming around the net when they did have their power play opportunities. They just did not get the opportunities to shoot the puck. They needed to shoot the puck more, it seemed like, but they just did not do it. So let's go into the second period now, where the Hawks are down 2-0. But the Hawks start their comeback at 15:07 in the second period, scored by number 17, Dylan Strome, his 10th of the season, assisted by number 12, Alex DeBrincat, to make it a 1-goal game. This goal was a snipe by Dylan Strome, and the Hawks bring it within 1. And when they did that, I could tell the Hawks are starting to battle back. They were swarming, they were cycling the puck, and this goal was that they needed to get their breakthrough in beating the Red Wings. So the Hawks are now down by 1 goal. But basically 50 seconds later, at 15:52 in the second period, his first of his NHL career, scored by number 95, Dylan Sekera. His first of his NHL career. He finally gets the monkey off the back. Assisted by number 56, Eric Gustafson, and number 88, Patrick Kane, to make it a 2-2 game. This goal was a empty net, basically, for Sekera. Gustafson passes the puck right over to Sekera's stick, and he had a 6x4 empty netter to get it in past Jimmy Howard. Jimmy Howard was on the opposite side of the net, giving Dylan Sekera an easy opportunity to finally get his first NHL goal. Congratulations, Dylan Sekera. I know it's taken a long time for you to finally break through on a goal. So we are now tied 2-2 after 2. Again, Sekera and Strome getting the goals. So it's the 2 Dylans on the team with both with the last initial of S. So that's something interesting to see come up. So the Hawks are now tied with the Red Wings going into the third period. So going into the third period at 8:47 in the third period for the game-winning goal, scored by number 27, Adam Boqvist, his 2nd of the season, assisted by number 2, Duncan Keith, and number 19, Jonathan Toews, to make a 3-2 lead for the Chicago Blackhawks. This was a nice goal by Boqvist. He pinches up, gets the puck, and snipes it past Jimmy Howard, top shelf, past his glove. Nice goal by Boqvist to make it a 1-goal lead for the Hawks. And it turns out to be the game-winning goal for Boqvist. So, the Hawks aren't done scoring yet because there's an empty net for the Redwings at 19:40 remaining in regulation. Scored by number 8, Dominic Kubalik, his 12th of the season. Assisted by number 15, Zach Smith. And number 5, Connor Murphy. To make it the 4-2 win over the Detroit Red Wings. Yes, it's always good beating the old division foe and old original 6 rivalry. I just miss having to play that team at least 5 times a year because I love those matchups between these two teams. The Hawks come out on top 4-2 over the Wings, and now we have to play Calgary coming on Tuesday. So Calgary is going to be a little angry since we beat them less than a week ago. But now with the Hawks beating the Wings, they could build on this with a little momentum. Sekera finally got the monkey off his back. He has his first NHL goal. And that's great for him. He's needed it. It's taken a long time for him. So the Hawks now beat a team, honestly, they probably should have beat, but I'm not trying to be like that. But Detroit has not been good this year. I'm sorry if you're a Red Wing fan watching this, but it's kind of true, and you probably would agree with that. But the Hawks beat the Wings 4-2, and it's a good time in Chicago winning this hockey game. So, down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts are from tonight's game. And still, again, congratulations, Dylan Sekera, on getting your first NHL goal. And thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, Detroit sucks! Detroit sucks!